Hey guys, back again. The hooded professor, Professor Omni. You know who I be. Right. Last video, I mentioned that I was thinking of starting a thing where every single episode I will, mention an experience I've had, supernatural beyond normal. Okay, so the first one I remember. Um, would this be classed as supernatural? All right, so the first memory I have, which is going to be strange, but please let me know, comment, and let me know if this has happened to you guys or if you know anyone who has this happened to. Yeah. Um, I have clear memory. Um, uh, Physical memory, emotional memory. I suppose it would be. I don't even know if it's emotional memory. Cognitive memory, I suppose. Basically, a clear memory of how it felt to be in the womb. So, and I can clearly remember it. Like, so from what I remember being inside this, obviously like a belly, but obviously you don't know it as a belly, like a tummy or nothing. Being in my mum's stomach, and obviously there's places around and stuff where like outside and stuff where you go, where my mum would go, and it would be light, obviously outside or whatever, or maybe there'll be a light on the indoors or whatever. But I remember clearly seeing the light of it. Now like if you can picture, closing your eyes and looking at the sun. To some degree, it's like that, but at the same time, it's hard to describe. Like you can see, it's weird, and the feeling as well, because you're in like fluid, in it, embryonic fluid and stuff. But the feeling of it is very. It's literally another world. You're literally in another world until you obviously exit that world and enter into this world, which is quite interesting. So anyone, yeah, anyone who's got that experience or something similar, please let me know in the comment section. Yeah. So that, I don't know if you'll call that supernatural, but it was something very interesting, I would say, at least. So okay, so next on the list, I would say, in terms of supernatural experiences, the first one I can recall, would be when I was young. I can't remember how young I was, but I was quite young. Maybe around about 6 at the most. Maybe if I was that. No, I mean, I don't even know if I was that old. But I remember I was at my cousin's house. Me and my brothers. I've got two older brothers, and we got a heck of a lot of cousins and stuff. And I was at my cousin's house, or we was at my cousin's house, and we stayed around or whatever. They had a double bunk bed. I remember that. I think it was red, from what I remember. I can't remember exactly. It was a long time ago. I've got a good memory, but yeah, some things you just forget, sort of thing. But so they had a what do you call it? They had a double bunk bed. This was back in the day as well, so you could imagine it was quite rare for us to even know about these kind of things. So, but obviously they had a big family, so there was quite a few children. So, but yeah, it was we was all sharing the bunk beds, like obviously top and tail. Like there's quite a few of us, so there was some at the top, some at the bottom, and the bottom was wider as well. But we heard a noise because So there used to be a picture that we had, yeah, and this picture was a picture of a little boy. A little black boy, and he had an afro, and he had a little white puppy in his hand. Um, and what do you call it? We used to think that, like, when we think pictures are watching you and stuff like that, they're following and all that jazz. So we used to always get creeped out by that picture, and it was on the wall as you come out of their room. So their room is next to the front door on the left hand side as you walk through the door, kind of thing. That's their room. So we walked out of that because we thought we heard a noise. So we walked out. We was going towards the kitchen. You know how children, when you're like a young child, and you're more innocent in terms of you haven't been exposed to the world and all the different things of the world. What happens is that your senses, your extrasensory, perception or whatever is heightened greatly, which is why people say children can see spirits. It's almost like cats and dogs and animals and things like that. Their perception is heightened because they keep into a certain wave, a certain vibration. It's a very natural vibration. I think that's the difference between it. It's the nature aspect of it all. But yeah, so going back to the story, what happened is that we went outside because we thought we heard a noise. Not outside, we went outside to the hallway. Buster left, so you turn left, and then you were at the hallway. The stairs is on the right hand side. Doors, obviously, the front door's behind us. So we was walking, and as we was walking past everyone was obviously with their blankets and stuff, like walking past the picture, like looking at the picture and getting freaked out by the picture because we was gonna go to the kitchen. So we went, and it was daytime as well, by the way. Like proper nice, like sunny bright day, but it was just like inside and whatever. So then as we was going to the kitchen, behind the curtains, the net, they know the netting curtains, like the netted curtains, the ones you can see through and stuff, like for your back garden or whatever. There was a figure behind it, like quite a tall figure as well, and you couldn't see them, but you could see the silhouette, you can see the shape of the body, and you can see it moving, and it turned and looked to us and everything, and we all saw it at the same time, and we all ran back into the room and jumped into the same bunk bed, the top bunk bed, because obviously everyone was scared, innit? We closed the door, ran into the room, jumped into the top bunk bed, and then the bunk bed collapsed, and everyone was all laughing. It was hilarious. Yeah, that's the first memory I had, and the first sort of supernatural experience I've had. Yeah, that was quite interesting actually. That was something else. Yeah, so yeah, you guys let me know if you've had any sort of experiences like that as well. I'd love to know. Yeah, and then we can start exploring what these things mean, if they have meaning at all, or if they're multitude of business, like I did mention before. Yeah, we're gonna get into some stuff. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into it. So yeah, bring it on, guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling of my my channel so far. It's the third video, I believe, my third video. Yeah, so I'll try and post one every day for you guys, at least once a day, round about 10 minutes ish. Yeah, you know, like 9 to 10 minutes. And eventually, if you guys want, we'll progress it, it'll get longer and stuff. Yeah, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, if you guys have got any questions about the wall of frame behind me, in terms of the designs and stuff, yeah, just let me know. Yeah, comment if you guys like them. If you guys want to get a close-up of them, let me know. I'll get a close-up properly for you. Yeah, the tune in the background is mine, by the way. I don't know if you guys can even hear it, but yeah, that's my tune in the background. Yeah, so I produce as well. I'm a producer in that sense anyway, so I suppose an inventor is a producer. So yeah, yeah, I sing, I rap, I suppose, freestyle. I'm a freestyle artist in that sense. Yeah, I like living in the moment, you know, and I like to have fun with my music as well. A lot of people might hear some of my bars and stuff and be like, oh, why isn't he taking it seriously and stuff, but why take everything so seriously? Do you know what I mean? Like, why does everything have to be so serious all the time? Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's the play aspect that we're forgetting. You know, it's the childlike innocence that we're forgetting and we're missing in this world, and also the fact that we're forgetting nature, and we're heading towards away from nature, and that in itself is really, really destructive. Because we are created beings after all, and I think the idea of evolution and the science that goes along with it, and with that construct, is quite dangerous in my personal point of view, because you're going away from creation, and creation is there in front of you. It's a tangible, natural thing. It's nature in itself, and nature in itself, the vibration of nature tells you that something is originally meant to be the way it is, which is hence why I don't know about everyone else in your own countries and lands, or wherever you live, but in the UK, from what I can tell, because I've been studying this stuff, I've been watching, you know, been studying changes anyway, especially in the UK and around the world, but mostly in the UK, because obviously I live here. But yeah, so I've noticed how the weather has been changing a lot as well. And there's a thing called, I don't know if you guys know about this thing, it's called chemtrails. There's chemtrails in planes, and there's comtrails. Comtrails are basically the trails, water and air and all sorts of stuff. That's vapor. Sometimes it could be even an airstream as well. If a plane is going fast enough, it can also create that kind of a stream. But then there's also chemtrails. Now chemtrails is short for chemical trails. So there's a button. I watched one thing on YouTube years ago, when it first started popping off, like when you started seeing a lot of planes like spraying in the air and stuff, especially around summertime. Those things are spreading harmful, everything's basically, like what you can think of, all the different materials you can think of, like things that shouldn't be sprayed in the atmosphere. It's all wrong. Amazon rainforest and stuff. It's just like people are doing these things, like we're creating nukes and having wars and stuff just to profit off of it. It's like, come on, man. Like, this is just money. It's energy, but it's money, innit? Like, and the love of money is the root of evil, and that is the truth. So when people love money, they do crazy things for it. They do anything for it, really. I wouldn't suggest loving a thing. Yeah, I would say to love yourself the best you can, so that you can therefore spread your love and love people the best way you can as well. Yeah, in that sense it sounds selfish, but you're being selfish in that sense to be selfless more efficiently. So you need to be able to take care of yourselves, and live by love, man. Don't live by this fear. Fear is, don't let fear control you, because fear is there to refine you, basically. It's like going through, like they take you out of the earth and you're a big clump of gold. You're pure gold. Oh no, you're not pure gold. You're unrefined gold, and then they refine you, and then you become pure gold. Or you're a stone in the stream, or in the sea or something, and you start off rough looking, and then there's all these trials and errors, which are the waves and all the different things, the elements, and they're hitting across you, and they're starting to shape you, and you become smooth, and you become beautiful. I'm not saying that a rugged rock isn't beautiful, because it is as well. There's beauty in everything, but everything but killing, I would say. But yeah, so live by love, live by light. Yeah. Try your best to control yourself, guys. Don't let. Yeah, I mean, we're all gonna. Like, there's certain constants. Yeah. Things that will just constantly be. One of those is trial and error. One of those is the challenge. Number 6, which I ain't even got to, by the way, on Instagram, but I will get to that soon. Once it stops raining. It's raining out here. But like, that's the main things I would say for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. It's not that long. It's a bit longer than I thought. If you guys are liking it so far, just let me know. Yeah, still a bit nervous, but I feel a bit more comfortable with you guys. You guys have been nice to me so far, so thank you very much for that. As I said, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, tell a friend. Yeah, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Peace.